Good evening, children.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening. Good evening, children. Okay, so we started AP in the last class, and I'm sure by now you have a good idea about arithmetic progressions. So it's a sequence where every term differs from its preceding term by a constant, and that constant is called the common difference of the arithmetic progression. We have other progressions I told you, like geometric progression and harmonic progression. In geometric progression, there's a common ratio, like say, now this sequence is said to be in geometric progression. This sequence is said to be in geometric progression because the ratio of, now let's find the ratio. Fine. What's the, now if I call this A1, A2, A3, A4, A5, and so on and so on. So what is A2 by A1? 9 by 3, 3. What is A3 by A2? A3 by A2? 27 by 9, 3. So this is the ratio. This is the ratio, and the ratio is the same everywhere, and that's called the common ratio. Like if the difference is the same everywhere, we say the common difference. If the ratio is the same everywhere, we call it the common ratio. If the ratio is the same everywhere, we call it the common ratio. So here you see that A2 by A1 is the same as A3 by A2. Is the same as A4 by A3, A5 by A4. Everywhere the ratio is 3. So since the ratio is a constant, if the difference is a constant, the sequence is said to be in arithmetic progression. If the ratio is a constant, then the sequence is said to be in geometric progression. So this, it can be a fraction also. See, now supposing the numbers are like this, 243, 81, 27, 9, 3, and so on. Then in this case, this is A1, this is A2, this is A3, this is A4, this is A5. So now A2 by A1, A2, let me clear the slide. Now, presentation is not visible. Nobody told me. I have not shared my presentation. I'm so sorry. Thank you, Ram. Nobody told me. Probably each of you thought that it's not visible only for you. Oh my goodness. So let me start over. Thank you, Ram. My God. Yes, now, I just shared my screen. Is it now visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, children. So sorry. So I was telling you about the other progressions, the geometric progression and the harmonic progression. Supposing we have a sequence like this, a sequence like 3, 9, 27, 81, 243, and so on. Okay, now let's find the ratio A2 by, so this is the terms are A1, A2, A3, A4, A5, and so on. So find the ratio A2 by A1, 9 by 3, which is 3. Find the ratio A3 by A2, 27 by 9, which is 3. The ratio A4 by A3 is 81 by 27, which is 3. The ratio is the same everywhere. So the ratio is a constant. Like we say, the difference in the sequence, in a sequence where the difference is a constant, the sequence is in arithmetic progression. And the difference is called the common difference. A sequence where the difference is a constant. The sequence is said to be in arithmetic progression. If A2 minus A1 is the same as A3 minus A2, is the same as A4 minus A3, is the same as A5 minus A4, and so on, the difference is a constant, then the sequence is said to be in arithmetic progression. If the ratio is a constant, if A2 by A1 is the same as A3 by A2, is the same as A4 by A3, is the same as A5 by A4, is the same as A6 by A5, and so on. If the ratio is a constant, the ratio is a common ratio, and the sequence is said to be in geometric progression. Yeah.
Can we do A1 by A2, A2 by A3, A3 by A4?
No, the formulae are not designed like that. No. It's always the next term divided by the preceding term.
Okay.
It's always A2 by A1, not A1 by A2. Get it back. Now, if the sequence goes like this, if the sequence is like it starts with 243 and then 81, 27, 9, 3, and it goes on like this, then this is A1, A2, A3, A4, A5, and so on. So A2 by A1 is 81 by 243. How much is this? 1 by 3. A3 by A2. 27 by 81, 1 by 3. Correct, children?
Yes.
Yeah. A4 by A3. A4 by A3. 9 by 27, 1 by 3. You see that the ratio is a constant. The ratio is a constant. That means the sequence is said to be in geometric progression, and the ratio is called the common ratio. It's called the common ratio. And a harmonic progression is where the terms, now 1 minute, now let's generate an arithmetic progression. Say we start with 7, 7 plus 4, 11, 11 plus 4, 15, plus 4, 19, plus 4, 23, plus 4, 27, plus 4, 31, and 35, and so on like this. The reciprocal, 1 by 7, 1 by 11, 1 by 15, 1 by 19, 1 by 23, 1 by 27, 1 by 31, 1 by 35, and so on. So now this sequence is said to be in the first sequence is in arithmetic progression, because the difference between a term and its preceding term is a constant. The first sequence is said to be in arithmetic progression because the difference between any term and its preceding term is a constant, is fixed. And that's called the common difference. In the second sequence, if you take the reciprocal of every term, in the second sequence, if you take the reciprocal of every term, the reciprocals form an arithmetic progression. Such a sequence is said to be in harmonic progression. Now we have a sequence here. Okay, we have a collection of numbers. They are arranged in a particular order and they're following some rule. If you take the reciprocal of each term, so the reciprocal of 1 by 7 is 7. The reciprocal of 1 by 11 is 11. The reciprocal of 1 by 15 is 15, and so on. Now, if the reciprocals of the terms of the sequence form an arithmetic progression, then the sequence is said to be in harmonic progression. So harmonic progression, how do you work? We just take the reciprocals and convert it to an arithmetic progression and work it like we work in arithmetic, meaning like how we answer the questions in an arithmetic progression. And again, we take the reciprocals and give the answer for the harmonic progression. Anyways, you're not going to study all this, but you just need to know these other progressions also. That's all it is. So in the second sequence, when you take the reciprocal of every term, you're generating a new sequence. When you take the reciprocal of every term of the second sequence is this one. Second sequence, this one. So you get 7, 11, 15, 19, and so on. Now you see that this sequence is an arithmetic progression. So that means this one is in harmonic progression. Harmonic progression. The second sequence is in harmonic progression because when we take the reciprocal of every term in the harmonic progression, the reciprocals, the sequence formed by the reciprocals, is an arithmetic progression. So it's a harmonic progression. So we have common, difference for arithmetic progression. We have common ratio for geometric progression, and for harmonic progression, the reciprocal of every term, the sequence formed by taking the reciprocal of every term in the harmonic progression forms an arithmetic progression. So these are the three different types of progressions, and we will be studying only AP. In our syllabus, we have only AP. And yes, I should tell this. So students who submitted that, assignment, Ram will be the first person to send always. Okay. Then Tarun, Murali, I was happy you submitted, but I was disappointed also at the same time because it was not complete. And then I think I got from Nandini. Nandini's work I didn't check, I think. Nandini. Where is Nandini?
I too didn't send the complete work.
Oh, that's what I didn't know. No, I didn't go through yours fully. 1 minute. Where is Nandini here? Oh my God.
Ma'am, me and Sneha have completed, ma'am, but forgot to send it, ma'am. Can I send it now? No?
After the class, no problem. After the class.
Okay,
yeah,
ma'am.
Nandini. Yeah, Nandini. What did she send? She sent. Why in pencil and all, Nandini? Okay, see, that's what you've sent something. Something because you wanted to complete it, but you couldn't complete. So you just wanted to satisfy yourself and satisfy me. Make me also happy by, by submitting something.
Okay. I couldn't find the pen at that time, so you told to solve by that time, so I just solved it with the pencil.
Okay, now see, now it's so difficult, to be. I don't know how children, I mean, the teachers handle in school, but it's very difficult to be very stern to the children in this generation. Teachers in our generation were completely different. So nothing. And this online session, I cannot do anything much. At least if it was physical, when you enter itself, I'll catch you. Show me. Students come in only with the book open and they're open. With the homework done. So otherwise, you can't enter the classroom. So then that fear is there that she'll stop us at the door. So we better complete the work because you don't want to feel embarrassed in front of your friends, right? Now, online session, what can I do? So everybody should be like Ram. He submitted his work and it's complete. Ram, it was complete, right, Ram?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Yeah, I went through his work, but I forgot. So he submitted on time and complete work. He made a PDF also. Yeah. See, neatly written. In black question and blue answer. See that? And even he is a very hardworking child. Not that he does not study, so he has time to do all this. No, he is very hardworking. Very dedicated boy. See, he has time. So you must squeeze in. There is no choice. You take it light because I don't do anything. I can't do anything. Next class, children, by next class, will it be done?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Finally, completed by the next class, all of you?
After this class, I will send you.
Yeah, Harni and Sneha. Yes, yeah. All right. So let's recall the formula we understood in the last class. So an is given by a plus n minus 1 into d. So like a1 is a plus 1 minus 1 into d. The first term is a plus 1 minus 1 into d. A2 is A plus 2 minus 1 into D. A3 is A plus 3 minus 1 into D. A4 is A plus 4 minus 1 into D. So AN is A plus N minus 1 into D. A4 means 4 minus 1 into D. So AN is A plus N minus 1 into D. So this is the formula to find the nth term or the general term of an AP. Then to find the sum to n terms. When you find the sum to n terms, you're always finding the sum from the beginning. So supposing you have to find the sum to 50 terms, using the formula, you can find the sum to the first 50 terms. If you want to find the sum from the 100th term to the 150th term, you can do it, but in a different way. I'll tell you how. Okay, so here it is, this formula is to find the sum of the first n terms of the AP, first 10 terms, first 20 terms, first 100 terms, first 500 terms. So what's the formula? Sn is equal to n by 2 of 2a plus n minus 1 into d. Now you can write 2a as, a plus a plus n minus 1 into d. Plus n minus 1 into d. So a plus n minus 1 into d is nothing but an. So Sn is equal to n by 2 of a plus n minus 1 into d is an, which is also called L. An is also called L. So you can say a plus an. A means a1, the first term. A is nothing but the first term, a1. A1, a, both are the same. First term is a or a1, both are the same. So it's the first term plus the last term. You can say L or you can say an. Okay, so with all this, we can get started with solving questions. Yeah. So for the find A11 and S11 for the arithmetic progression. Just because they are reciprocal, just because it's 1 by 15, 1 by 12, don't get confused. It's a harmonic progression. No. Okay, so find A11 and S11 for the arithmetic progression. The sequence is in arithmetic progression. You don't have to prove it's an arithmetic progression. Find A11 and S11 for the arithmetic progression. So the sequence is in arithmetic progression. You find A11 and S11. So children, don't work. Okay, so how do you find A11? What's the formula? AN is equal to A plus N. You might know it. You have learned it in school. Still listen, please listen. Don't write. Don't work. AN is equal to A plus N minus 1 into D. Now you have to find A11. That means N is 11. You will have to find A11. That means N is 11. So A11 is equal to A plus N is 11, right? N is 11. So 11 minus 1 into D. Now, to find any answer, in arithmetic progression, you need to know 3 values. Remember the word and, A&D and, the conjunction and, A and D. You need to know the values of A, N, and D. A is the first term of the AP, D is the common difference, N is the number of terms. A and D. First term. To answer any question based on arithmetic progression, you need to know the values of 3 things. The value of A, the first term, which is 1 by 15 here. The value of D, 1 by 12 minus 1 by 15. 1 by 12 minus 1 by 15. That's the value of D. And N, which is 11 here. So you have the values of A, N, and D. You can answer any question. Because you know the value of A, 1 by 15. You know the value of D, which is 1 by 12 minus 1 by 15. And you know the value of N, which is 11. S11 meaning SN. S11. N is 11. A11. AN. N is 11. simply use the formula n is equal to a plus n minus 1 into d. You know the value of, so a11 will be equal to what is a 1 by 15 plus n minus 1, 11 minus 1 into d. Find that. 1 by 12 minus 1 by 15. Find it and put it here. And how do you find S11? Sn is equal to n by 2. See, there are two ways of finding S11. There are two ways of finding S11. Listen to me. You're not working. There are two ways of finding S11 because you have two formulae. One is Sn is equal to n by 2 of 2a plus n minus 1 into d. This is one formula. The other formula is Sn is equal to n by 2 of the first term plus the last term. You can remember like that in words. Sn is equal to n by 2 of the first term plus the last term. First term a1 plus the last term an. First term plus the last term. Okay, so you can find S11 using both the formulae. So we'll do this one first. S11 is equal to 11 by 2 of 2a, 2 into 1 by 15 plus n minus 1, 11 minus 1 into d. Whatever is 1 by 12 minus 1 by 15. You should find that. You should work that and have that answer ready. So whatever is 1 by 12 minus 1 by 15, put that here. And work this, you'll get S11. And how do you find using this formula? Sn, S11 is equal to 11 by 2 of the first term, A1, 1 by 15, plus the last term. You would have found A11, no? Because, okay, S11 is equal to, 1 minute. Listen to this one. I should have told you this first. 1 minute. So S11 is equal to 11 by 2 of the first term plus the 11th term. Why an is the 11th term? Because you're finding the sum of the first 11 terms. So here your last term is the 11th term. Last term is not the last term of the AP. No, this is an infinite AP. This is an infinite AP. When we say L, it is not the last term of the AP. You're finding S11. You are finding S11. So that means you're finding the sum of the first 11 terms. First 11 terms. So the first term is A and the last term is A11, the 11th term. The 11th term is the last term. So see the formula S11 is equal to 11 by 2 of the first term A1 plus the last term A11. A11 is the last term. Why? Because you're finding S11. First 11 terms. So the 11th term is the last term. So S11 is equal to 11 by 2 of the first term, you know, is 1 by 15. And the last term you would have found here, no, A11, we would have just found the value. We have already solved A11. A11, put that answer here, put that answer here and work it. So you can do it like this or like this. Yeah, work children. Don't blindly copy. If you have any doubts, you can ask me. It's just numerical. So I don't have anything to explain in every step. You have any question, you can ask me. Easy, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Any questions?
No, ma'am.
Okay, so this calculation, we have to be careful. See, this is n minus 1 into d. N minus 1 and d, this should be multiplied. This result is to be added to a. See the meaning there. It's n minus 1 into d. N minus 1 into d. So you should work this. And this result is to be added to a. So 11 minus 1, 10. 10 into 1 by 60, you must do that. If you write like this, 1 by 15 plus 10 into 1 by 60 like this, and you're trying to add these two, you're wrong. You're trying to add these two, you're wrong. It's n minus 1 into d. This is n minus 1 into d. So 10 into 1 by 60, you should work this, which is 1 by 6. That result is to be added to 1 by 15. Okay. See this one. Find the general term of the arithmetic progression. You can see it there. Also find the general term. General term meaning you should find an. General term meaning you should find an. Okay. Also find the sum of the first n terms of the arithmetic progression. That means you should find an and sn. Find the general term of the arithmetic progression. So find an. General term means an. And then also find the sum of the first n terms of the AP. First n terms. First 10 terms, 20 terms? No, n terms. So that means you should find Sn. So if you're finding an and Sn, what did we understand? We need to know the values of a, n and d. To answer any question, we need to know the values of a, n and d. But here n is n only. Here n is n only. N is not 10, 20, 30, nothing. N is n. So you can only find the values of a and d. N is n only. So while substituting in the formula, where there is n, it will remain n. You will only be substituting for a and d. Why you're not able to find the value for n? Because you're asked to find the general term, which is a n only. And the sum of the first n terms, which is Sn. So a, n and d, n is n. You should substitute the value of a, n or the expression for a and the expression for d. Okay, I'll show you the answer slide. Work. Write on the question and work this. And remember that please make a note of this. General term is always linear. General term is always linear in n. In n. I'll tell you now, sir. You all have a question. I know you'll ask me. Sum to n terms. Sum to n terms. N terms is always quadratic. Is always quadratic in n. Quadratic in n. Now, what do we mean by this? See this. Yeah. Please look at an, children. An. See here, look at an. It's x minus b plus 2bn. Now, this x, b and b, they are not the variables. The variable here is only n. As far as arithmetic progressions is concerned, the variable is only n. Now, this expression is linear in n. Now, when we do a numerical question, you can understand that more clearly. 1 minute, let me see if it's happening soon. Okay, fine. When we encounter such a situation, I'll tell you. Now, since here you have other unknowns like x and b, it might be a little confusing. But what I'm saying is, okay, let me give you a different example. Now, Sn will always be like, say, 2n square plus 3n, like this. It will be a quadratic expression in n. Like you'll have an expression like this, 2n square plus 3n. You understand it's quadratic in n. But an will always be like something like 3n minus 4. It'll be linear in n. It'll always be a linear expression in n. Sn is always a quadratic expression in n. an is always a linear expression in n. Here also it is linear only. These are not the variables. N is the variable and you can see the power is 1. It is linear here also. See here, this one, the power of the highest power of n is 2. This is not, don't treat this as a variable. Our prime variable is only n. N power 1, n power 2, highest power 2. So it's quadratic in n. Am I clear?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Linear expression, okay? EXP is expression. Quadratic expression. Yeah, right now.
Ma'am, can you repeat it again, ma'am?
Yeah, sure. What do you want me to repeat? This
Ma'am,
one,
this
no? Linear
is,
and quadratic, is it?
yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now see here, look at this expression. Look at this expression. Okay. For an. Look at this expression for an. Our variable is n. X, B, they are not the variables. Our variable here is n. What is the power of n? 1. If the power is 1, it's linear. So you can see that an, the expression for an is a linear expression in the variable n. Am I clear?
Yes, ma'am.
We have found an. This is the expression for an. Our variable is n. See, you can see n only here. You can see n only here. What is the power of n? 1. If the power is 1, it's linear. And it's an expression. It's not an equation. So an for an, the answer will always be a linear expression in n. That means the power of n will be 1. But when you find Sn, you will get an expression in which the highest power of n will be 2. For Sn, the answer which you get in that expression, the highest power of n will be 2. There will be, if there is n, it will be with power 1 and 2. The highest power is 2. So it's quadratic. So you can see here, it's quadratic. There is n here, power is 1. There's n here, the power is 2. So the highest power is 2. So it's quadratic. This expression is quadratic in n. So let me write that again. an is always a linear expression in n, in the variable n, in n meaning in the variable n, in variable n. Sn is always quadratic, always a quadratic expression in the variable, in variable n. Yeah. Because you know they'll give you options like 3n minus 4, n by 2 minus whatever, you know, like 1, n square minus n, say 3n cubed plus 5, and they'll ask you which of the following. I've given you 4 options, okay? Which of the following can represent the sum to n terms of an AP? 4 options are there. Which among the 4 options can represent the sum to n terms of an AP? So since it's quadratic, the correct option is n square minus n. 3n cubed, no, it's not cubic. N by 2, 3n, no, it's not linear. So the expression that can represent the sum to n terms of an AP is n square minus n. For this reason, you need to know this theory. MCQs. Done, children?
One.
Okay, okay. Okay, fine. I just want to say something else. So see here, children. So you should always find A and D, okay? Before you start working, always write A and D. Before you start working, meaning answering the question, start with A and D. Write out A and find D. Then now you'll have to find A and write the formula. Substitute. This is A. N I told you. A N means N is N only. I told you that. Remember that. A N means N is N. You should only substitute for A and D. So this is A and this is D. And then you know how to simplify. I told you should multiply this. So this into this, this into this. You can see the answer here. And then open up the bracket and simplify the like terms. B minus 2b is minus b. And here n by 2 of the first term plus the last term. First term is x plus b. The last term is here. For Sn, an is the last term. For Sn, an is the last term. So Sn is equal to n by 2 of the first term a1 plus the last term an. Because if it is S10, it is A10. If it is S100, it is A100. Then for Sn, it will be An. And An we already found here. An is here. So put that. This is An. X minus B plus 2Bn. That's An. Then like terms, you know, X and X is 2X. This gets cancelled. And that 2Bn. Now there's 2 common here. In this bracket, 2 is common. Bring it out. 2 and 2 gets cancelled. Now N into X is Xn and this one is Bn squared. Class, use the emoji. Raise your hand. Tarun Murali, Ramnathan, Harini, Sneha, Nandini, Ananya, Deepika, Shreyas, Priyanka, Hitesh, and Murali Krishna. Very good. Thank you, children. Yeah. Done, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. See this, children. Find the sum. Find the sum. So now this is an arithmetic series. Now this is an arithmetic series. Right? This you cannot, this meaning you cannot say that this is an okay. It's not right to say that this is an arithmetic progression. It's an arithmetic series because the comma is replaced by the plus sign. If it is 7, 10 and a half, 14, and so on till 84. This is an arithmetic progression. If the comma is replaced by a plus sign, then it's an arithmetic series. It's an arithmetic series. So you're given this arithmetic series and you have to find the sum. Okay. So how do we find the sum? What is A7? I told you need to write 3 things, A, N, and D. Then only you should start off answering. So A is 7, D is 10 and a half minus 7, 3 and a half, which is 7 by 2. And N, what is N? You have to have the value of N, otherwise you can't work. You need to know the values of A, N, and D. A we have, D we have. What is N? So you should find N. So now imagine there are people standing in a queue. Okay, so now these numbers are in a queue. 7 is in the first place. Behind that there is 10 and a half. Behind that there is 14. Behind that some other number. Behind that some other number. Just imagine that these numbers are standing in a queue. And 84 is the last number in the queue. Okay, say there's a ration shop here. Say there's a ration shop here. Okay, so this is the ration shop. And these people are standing in the queue. And this person is the last person in the queue. And say that this person, whoever is taking care of the store, he has issued a token number. He's issued tokens to, all these people in the queue. Okay, so this person has the first token, this person has a second token, this person has a third token. So if you go to this person 84 and ask him what is your token number, and supposing he says 50, that means there are 50 people in this queue. That means there are 50 people in this queue. This is the ration shop. Okay, so people have lined up. They have formed a queue in front of the ration shop. And the person there taking care of the store has issued token numbers to all the people in the queue. Of course, it will be in order, no? Token numbers will be given in the order. So all these people have their respective tokens with them. Now you see the long queue. You have to join the queue. Say you have to join the queue. It's a big queue. Okay, so you go to the last person and you ask, what's your token number? And that person says, my token number is 50. So immediately what do you get to understand? There are 50 people lined up here. So you will be the 51st person. If you join the queue, your position will be 51. Your token number will be 51. So in order to make out how many terms are there in the AP, you should go and ask the last term, its position. You must go and ask the last term. The last term will tell you how many terms are there in the AP. Like the last person in the queue, the token number of the last person in the queue will tell you how many people are standing in the queue. In the same way, if you go to 84 and ask its position, in which position is 84 located? So, and if 84 is in the 50th place, that means there are 50 terms in this AP. There are 50 terms in this AP. So in order to know n, you should go and ask the last term. To find the value of n, you should go to the last term of the AP. Ask that number its position. The number is 84. That doesn't mean it is in the 84th position. The number is 84. Now the first number is 7. That means it's in the 7th position. No, it's in the first position. The number is 84. Doesn't mean that there are 84 terms in the AP. No. The term, the value of the value of the number in that position is 84. But what is the position? Yeah, to get that, you must say, now what is 84? It is some term of the AP. What is 84? It is some term. It is some nth term of the AP. So AN is 84. Okay, children, what is A1, children? What is A1?
7.
What is A2?
7.
What is A2?
10 1 by 2.
10 and a half. What is A3?
14.
14.
14. That means AN only is 84, right? Am I right?
Yes, ma'am.
AN is 84. Because you don't know to write, you don't know if it is A10 is equal to 84, A20 is equal to 84, A30 is 84. No, we don't know. So AN is 84. AN is 84. Now work that. AN is 84. Work that. That means A plus N minus 1 into D is 84 because AN means, because yeah. So AN is equal to 84. So a plus an is a plus n minus 1 into d. A plus n minus 1 into d is equal to 84. So now what is a? 7 plus n we don't know. We are trying to find n. N is what we don't know. We are trying to find n into d, that is 3.5 or 7 by 2 is equal to 84. So children, I told you, you need to know the values of a, n and d. You know a, you know d. You don't know n, but you should find n. Who will tell you the value of n? 84. A n is equal to 84. Work that and find the value of n. So if you now what do you get for n? N is equal to 23. So you get n is equal to 23. When you work, you get n is equal to 23. That means there are 23 terms in this AP, in the series. In this arithmetic series, there are 23 terms. There are 23 terms because 84 is in the 23rd position. 84 is in the 23rd position. That means there are 23 terms in this series. There are 23 terms in this series. Now it's clear. So find the sum, meaning you should find S23. Find the sum means you should find S23. Why? Because there are 23 terms. Now you understand. Earlier we didn't know. Find the sum. How many terms are there? You don't know. Now you know there are 23 terms. So you should find S23. S23 is equal to n by 2 of the first term plus the last term. First term, any formula you can use, children. Both will give you the same result. So n by 2 of the first term plus the last term. Okay, so what's the first term? N by 2, so 23 by 2 of the first term 7 plus the last term 84 plus the last term 84. Now why did we work this one? Because we had to find the value of n. Is it clear, children?
Yes, ma'am.
What are the three
Yes,
values you need? Yeah, what are the three values you need to know to work?
A,
A,
N,
N,
and D.
N, D.
A, N, and D. So if the AP is given, you will automatically have A and D. Because the AP is given, you will know A and D. If you don't know N, whom will you ask?
Last
The last term. You should go to the last term and ask the position of the last term. So the last term is AN. AN is equal to 84. When you work that, you can get the value of N. So then you will understand that there are so many terms in the AP. Now you can find the sum. So since we got N is equal to 23, you have to find S23. Work, children. And the next one is a test. Work this one. The next one is a test. No, 1 minute. I have to just make a call. Take a screenshot, children, so that you can see the second question. Take a screenshot so that you can see the second question. Done? Yeah, done. Now work this one. Finish this one and then try the second one by yourself. I'll get back by then. Please work the second one by yourself. Same procedure. Children, finish this one.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, please ask me any doubt with the calculation. See, I have nothing to explain here. Okay, because it's all numerical. But that main idea, how do you approach the answer? How do you know that you have to start like this? That I will be explaining. How do you understand the information given? What is to be found? How to start working? That I will be telling you. Then it's only formula, substituting the numbers, calculating. So there I have nothing to explain. So you should feel free to ask me whatever calculation doubts you have, please ask me. Yeah. Any calculation, like clarifications in this one? Yes or no, children? Please respond. One feeble voice, okay. For all right, children. Fine. Try the next one. All of you started the second one?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, please
Yes,
work
ma'am.
and yeah. I'm putting myself on mute, but once you're done, you please tell me.
Ma'am, can you once again show the question, ma'am?
Yeah, sure, Nandini. Yes. Okay, I can show it to you here itself. Yes, Nandini. This is the second question.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am,
Ma'am. Ma'am, we got the answer, ma'am.
Yes, Harini. You got the answer?
no, I also got this.
What's the answer?
Ma'am, is it -8930, ma'am?
-8.
930.
What's your answer, Ram?
N76, ma'am. S76 minus 8,930.
Same thing, huh?
Yes.
Very good. Perfect. Very good. Oh, I'm so happy. Very good. Please check your steps also.
Sneha,
Very good. Very good, Harini. Very good, Ram. Yeah, I'm sure the others are also doing it correctly. Yes, children, check your steps. Yes, others. All if you completed?
yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
Okay. Yeah. See the first one. Now, let's understand, like, see, you should, I think you should, first understand how you can find whatever is asked. Now, the question is find n. Now, an is equal to what, children? An is equal to 50, right? So, under an, what can you write? What is an?
A plus n minus 1. ma'am.
Into D. This is 50. Now, you can substitute the value of A. A is 5 and D is 3. So, when you work this, you will find the value of n, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, so like that you'll find n. How will you find Sn? Sn they want you to find. How will you find Sn? What's the formula? Okay, use the formula and find Sn. That's it. Do it. Finish it and tell me, children. This is over, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, do this one. You should just take up something from which you can get an equation. See, now what will you do with, children, listen to me. What will you do with d is equal to 3? Can you work this and get something else? D is equal to 3 means d is equal to 3. That's all. Now, can you work with A12 is equal to 37? Yes, we can work with this. Because what is A12? A plus 11D. A12 is A plus 12 minus 1 into D, right? A plus 11D. A12 is, what is AN? AN is A plus N minus 1 into D. So A12 will be 12 minus 1 into D. So A plus 11D. A12 is A plus 12 minus 1. Okay, A plus 12 minus 1 into D. Okay, let me write it like that. Is 37. So that means A plus 11D is equal to 37. See, children, AN is A plus N minus 1 into D. So A12 will be A plus 12 minus 1 into D. So you can directly write this 11D, A plus 11D. Or if you don't understand, you can write this first. So now you can work this. So A is A plus 11 into D is 3 is equal to 37. So from that you can find A. And once you find A, you can find S12. Please work. Done, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, it's easy, right? So
Yes,
you'll
ma'am.
first find A, then you have to find S12. So because you know A12, you can use this formula itself. Because you know A12, you know A12 is 37. So you can use this formula itself. Sn is equal to n by 2 of the first term plus the last term. So S12 is 12 by 2 of A1 plus A12. So substitute and get S12. Yeah, do this. So here you should start with A13. Because with D A is equal to 7, what will you do? Nothing. So start with A 13 is equal to 35. So A plus 13 minus 1 into D is equal to 35. Like this. Work this. Maybe I'll show you the answer, but you may do it by yourself without looking at the screen also. Tell me when you're done. I'll show you the next slide. Done, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So what do we understand here? We are given the value of, here we are given the value of A. So using this, you can find D. See here, you're given the value of A. So using this, you can find D. You can find D. And hence find S13. Why are we using this formula for S13? Because we know the value of A13. Because we know the value of A13. You can also use the other formula. S13 is equal to n by 2, 13 by 2 of 2A. 2A is 14 plus n minus 1, 13 minus 1, that is 12 into D. D is 7 by 3, 7 by 3. Even if we use this, so 3 ones are 3 fours are. S13 is equal to 13 by 2 into 14 plus 7 fours are 28. So 13 by 2 into how much is this? 42. Then 2 ones are 221 times 13 and 2 20s 132 60 and 13 273. 273. You can use any formula. Nothing like if because you're given A13, you should use this formula. Because you're given A13, there is no rule that you should use this formula. You can always use this formula also. Both will give you the same result. I'm using this here because to find S13, you know A13. So it's easy. That's all. So here, given this in A, we found D. In the earlier sum, what? In the earlier sum, we were given D. We were given an equation like this, A12 is 37, and we were given the value of D and we found A. Here, something like this was given. That is the 12th term was given and D was given, and we found A. Here, the 13th term is given and A is given, and we find D. Yeah. Now here, children, see, A13, sorry, not A13. Listen to me, don't work. A3 is equal to 15. That means A plus 3 minus 1 into D is equal to 15, or A plus 2D is equal to 15 is a linear equation in A and D. Then we have S10 is equal to 125. Here you should not use it, this formula. What is that? First term plus the last term. That you can use only if you know A10. So what is S10? N by 2, 10 by 2 of 2A plus 10 minus 1, 9 into D. We don't know the values of A and D. We don't know the values of A and D. We only know N. We only know N because A3 means N is 3. S10 means N is 10. A3 means N is 3. S10 means N is 10. So you know N. But you don't know A and D. Why we don't know A and D? Because AP is not given. The AP is not given. You don't know the first term. You don't know the common difference. So you don't know A, you don't know D. But you know N. Because A3 means N is 3. S10 means N is 10. So you know N. You don't know A and D. So yeah, is equal to 125. So when you work this, you get 5. This is 10 by 2, 5. Okay, and that 5, this is 5. No, it will go to the other side for division. So you will get 2A plus 9D is equal to 25. So you get two linear equations in A and D. See here, you get two linear equations in A and D. So you can solve it. Linear equations, you can write them one below the other and solve it by the elimination method, cross multiplication method, substitution method, whichever method. And find the values of A and D. Like how you find the values of X and Y, find the values of A and D. That's all. So here we know the value of N. We get two equations in A and D. So we'll solve them and find the values of A and D. And hence we'll find S13. To find S13, what you need? You need A, N, and D. You need the values of A, N, and D. You'd have found A and D, and N is 13. To find S13, you need the values of A, N, D. A we found, D also we found, N is 13. That's all. Yeah, work, children. Do not blindly copy. It's not for that. Understand whatever you're working. Don't blindly copy from the screen. Done, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
1 minute.
Okay.
Done.
Yeah. So remember that when you have information like this, like what? The third term is 15. A3 is 15 means the third term. A3 is the third term. The third term is 15. The sum of the first 10 terms is 125. The third term, A3, the third term is 15. The sum of the first 10 terms. Children, I have to answer a call. Just do the next one. Yes, children. Yeah, I just want to finish what I wanted to say. So here the third term is given to be 15. Sorry. The third term is given to be 15. And the sum of the first 10 terms, that is what do we mean by S10, children? Now, I wanted to ask you this. How many of you finished dinner? See, there are only 7 members now. Ram, finished your dinner? Nandini, how many of you finished your dinner? Raise your hand. Why, children? Okay, then I have to end the class. Okay, fine. Please finish your dinner before you join the class. Kindly finish your dinner, children. 8 o'clock is not too early to eat. Please finish your dinner before you join the class. So S10 means A1 plus A2 plus A3 plus A4 till A10. S10 means A1 plus A2 plus A3 plus A4, so on till A10 plus A10. This is what is S10. A1 plus A2 plus A3 plus A4, so on till A10. That is S10. So S10 is given to you. So when A3 and S10 is given to you, you get two equations. From A3, you get one equation. From S10, from A3, you get this equation. From S10, you get another equation. So you'll have to solve these two equations and find the values of A and D. I have solved using the substitution method. You can do it using the elimination method. So you don't have to, it's not that you have to do the substitution method. You can write the two equations one below the other. A plus 2D is equal to 15 and 2A plus 9D is equal to 25. So multiply the first equation by 2. So it will become 2A, 4D and 30. Multiply the first equation by 2 and then the elimination method, changing the signs, cancel and all that. So I have solved using the substitution method. You can do the elimination method. Any method, cross multiplication method. You have two equations. You'll have to solve them. That's all. And then once you get the values of A and D, find S13. S13, this formula, because you don't know A13. So don't use, you can find A13 and then use that formula. If you want to use this formula, if you want to use Sn is equal to n by 2 of the first term plus the last term, this one, A1 plus A13. If you want to find S13 like this, S13 is equal to 13 by 2, n by 2 of the first term, A1, that is 15, not 15, what is the first term, 17, 17, plus the last term, A13. If you want to use this formula, find A13. If you want to use this formula, find A13 and then use that formula. That is A13 is A plus 12D. Find that and then use the formula. Otherwise, you can use this one, n by 2, 2A plus n minus 1 into D. 143. Very simple. Yeah, this is over. Finish this one. Did we finish this, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So here S9 is given. S9. So from that you will get one equation on A and D. But you know D. So see, you can do this in your mind, you can do this in your mind. See, what is S9? S9 meaning N is 9. So what you don't know, A and D. But you know D. That means from this you can find A. S9 is equal to 75. And in the formula you have A, N and D. See, S9 formula, this is n by 2, 2A plus n minus 1 into D. This is the formula. And in the formula, you have to substitute for A, N and D. A, we don't know. N is 9. And D is given here. N is 9, D is 5. So you can find A. So see here, you can solve and find A. So you found A. A is equal to minus 35 by 3. You found A. And then you'll have to find A9, which is A plus 8D. Because how do you find A9? A9 is equal to A plus 9 minus 1 into D. A9 is A plus 9 minus 1 into D or A plus 8D. A plus 8D. Finished till here, children? Done? All right. So tell me now, without working, tell me what can you find with this information? Sn is equal to 90. So what is n? Do you know n?
Yes, ma'am. For,
Do you know
yes.
n? We don't know the value of n, but you know the values of A and D. So Sn is equal to n by 2 of 2A plus n minus 1 into D. So Sn is 9. Okay, you can start like this actually. You can start like this. Sn is equal to 90 is given. So n by 2 of 2a plus n minus 1 into d is equal to 90. N we don't know. N we don't know, but we know a is 2. You know a and you know d also. That means you can work this and find n. Because you know, because of a, n and d, you know the value of a and d. You don't know n. So you can work this and find n. You can find n. And then you have to find a n. Take a screenshot, finish this. Do we know the quadratic formula? I think I've explained once to you, no? Quadratic formula. Yeah, please take a screenshot and finish this one. That's it. We'll end the class with this one. Take a screenshot, finish this. You're done?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, children. So that's it for today's session. Thank you. Good night.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Good night.